Ang aking i-report ay Principle of Ethics in Sports. Ang ethics in sports as requires 4 key virtues. Una dito, fairness, sunod integrity, responsibility, and respect. Unahin natin yung fairness. Fairness. All athletes and coaches must follow established rules and guidelines of their respective sports. Siyempre sa isang sports, meron tayong rules and regulation na kailangan sundin. Siyempre, as a player and coaches, kailangan nating i-follow tong rules na to para siyempre maging maganda yung laro at maging patas sa kalaban. Teams that seek an unfair competitive advantage over their opponent create an uneven playing field which violates the integrity of the sports. Sinasabi naman dito na kung may team na nag-violate doon, hindi nila sinunod yung rules and regulation, syempre hindi magiging patas to, lalo na sa kalaban nila. At syempre, pag hindi mo naman to sinunod, may violation kang matatanggap, may mga consequences to. Integrity. Similar to fairness in that any athlete will seek to gain an advantage over his or her opponent by means of a skill that the game itself was not designed to test, demonstrate a lack of personal integrity, and violates the integrity of the game. Ayun nga, sa integrity, dito masusubukan yung pagiging honest ng player. Yun, yung kadalasan ginagawa dito yung is faking. Faking na, kunwari, nasaktan sila kahit wala namang ginawa sa kanila. Siyempre, sa laro, kapag may integrity ka, hindi mo na kailangan gumawa ng faking para mas maging patas na lang din sa kalaban yung laro at mas gumanda pa lalo yung laro. Faking is a way of intentionally deceiving an official into making a bad call, which only hurts the credibility of officiating and ultimately undermines the integrity of the game. Yun nga, ang isa sa mga example dito ay flopping. Siyempre, kapag nag-flop ka sa isang laro, maaaring magkaroon ng bad call yung referee. Kumbaga misunderstand na akala may ginawa sa'yo yung kalaban mo pero wala naman talaga. Magkukos yun na pwedeng pumangit yung laro nyo, magkasakitan na lalo sa laro. Responsibility. To be sportsman-like requires player and coaches to take responsibility for their performance, as well as their action on the field. This include their emotion. Ayon nga sa responsibility, bilang coach and players, may responsibilidad sila. Kunwari may ginawa sila na hindi kaaya-aya sa laro, responsibilidad nila yon kung anong consequences ang gagawin sa kanila. Responsibility requires that players and coaches be up to date on the rules and regulation governing their sports. Sa responsibility, syempre kailangan alam ng coaches and players kung ano ba yung mga rules sa sports na yon. Kailangan alam nila.
Sindihan ko na yung uling, ha?
Alam nila kung ano yung mga bawal at pwedeng gawin. Respect. Last one na yung respect. All athletes should show respect for teammates, opponents, coaches, and official. Yun, syempre, sports nga, kailangan pakita pa rin natin yung respeto natin sa isa't isa. Manalo man o matalo, kailangan yung respeto andun pa rin. All coaches should show respect for their players, opponent, and official. Yun, kailangan respeto mo yung official. Kung may mali man sila kung may tawag man sila na nagawa na sa tingin mo mali, kailangan irespeto mo pa rin sila dahil sila yung mataas sa laro. Sila yung nag-officiate ng game. Yun, yung kalaban. Kailangan irespeto mo din yung kalaban. Siyempre kahit kalaban mo siya, sports yan eh. Pagalingan na lang kayo dyan. Hindi pwedeng payabangan. Yun, yung pati yung kakampi, kailangan respeto mo. Kung di man siya marunong o marunong siya, kailangan respeto mo pa rin siya. Kailangan natin tong sundin tong 4 key virtues na to para mas mabuild pa yung character natin as athlete and makagain tayo ng good sportsmanship.
What are the principles of ethics? The principles of ethics are usually considered to be truthfulness and to be confidentiality, autonomy, interim, consent, beneficence. Yung ethics daw ay tumutukoy ito sa pagiging totoo o pag-uugali ng isang tao. O sabihin natin atleta dahil nga po ang ating kurso ay tungkol sa pagiging atleta, coach, ganun po. Um, May ano din to na tawag nga nating ethical leadership. Builds community, respect others, serve others, manifest honesty, and show justice. Pag sinabi natin builds community, ito yung pagbuo ng isang samahan o pamayanan. Hindi naman porque sinabing pamayanan talaga yung pamayanan talaga. Parang sabihin natin samahan ng mga tao o kapwa natin atleta o kabataan man. Na syempre ang goals ay um, magpatupad ng magaganda at mabubuting gawain. Respect others, syempre yan, lagi yung nasasabi. Respeto para sa iba, huwag puro pang-judge o pang-iinsulto ang ating idinudulot sa kanila. Respect nga eh. Huwag natin silang ihiya o huwag natin silang ipahiya. Yan po. Serves others, pagsisilbi sa iba, huwag puro yung sarili lang. Kailangan din natin isipin yung iba na ganito ganyan sila. Kailangan natin silang pagsilbihan ng ayos. Hindi naman porke nagsilbi tayo ay tayo na isang alila. Kailangan lang natin makisama. Yun po. Manifest honesty, maghayag o magsabi ng katapatan. Kung may mga pagkakamali ka man, kailangan mo sabihin yung mga totoo at hindi totoo na nagawa mo. Yun. Show justice, ipakita ang hustisya. Bilang leader at may nagkamali kang kasamahan o nasa sa ilalim mo. Yun nga. What the difference between ethics and moral? According to the leadership, ethics leans toward decisions based on the individual character and the more subjective understanding of right and wrong. Ethics is a code of moral standard of conducts for what is good and right as opposed to what is bad and wrong. Yung ethics daw ay tumutukoy sa kung ano yung tama at mali at saka yung mabuti sa masama. Paano ito may hahalong tulad po ito sa parang sanhi at bunga. Kung gumawa ka ng right, ang bunga nito ay good, mabuti. Kung gumawa ka naman ng wrong o mali, ang magiging bunga nito ay bad o masama. Yun po, tumutukoy ito sa parang kaugalian na ginagawa ng mga tao. Yun nga po yung tama at mali. Masama at mabuti po. Yun po. Moral are the rules which people use to guide their behavior and thinking. Yung moral po ay tumutukoy sa kaugalian ng isang tao o pagsunod sa isang rules of regulation nga tulad po ng para sa behavior ng isang tao. Individual dealing with or capable of distinguish between right and wrong. Parang dito makikita yung kung hanggang saan yung makakaya ng isang tao na maging isang mabuti at kayang kung hanggang kailan to makakagawa ng tama at mali po. Tumutukoy ito din sa moralidad ng isang tao na maipakita ko ano yung tama at mali na kanyang ginagawa sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay po. Sa madaling salita po, yung ethics ay isang bagay na tulad-tulad na ginagawa ng mga tao. At yung moral naman po ay parang pang-individual, parang iba't iba siya. Iba-iba siyang ginagawa ng mga tao. Yun po. Ang ethics nga ay parang, yun nga, mga bagay na pinagkakahalintuladan ng mga tao kung ano man yung mga ginagawa nila. At yung mga moral naman ay parang bawat tao iba't iba yung mga naipapakita sa mabuti at masama. Saka po sa, yun nga po, right and wrong.
Why ethics in sports is important? Ethics is so important in the world of sports because it stands not only for a fair play but also for respectful and ethical behavior of all the parties engaged like athletes, referees, fans, while playing a game or competing. Nowadays in the world of sports, we can see how the rules of a fair game are being broken just in the pursuit of a victory. So, ang ethics daw po ay importante lalo na sa world of sports dahil it contributes of respect and trust between competitors in society. Sa panahon ngayon, sa world of sports, makikita natin yung rules ng fair game is nasisira na just because of kagustuhang manalo, kaya nasisira na. The main ethical problems the world of sports facing: performance enhancing drugs. Pretty simple here. Athletes take drugs to make their bodies to perform faster and better, which leads to greater result in performance. So, yung ibang athlete umiinom sila nito kasi mas mabilis daw yung pagpe-perform ng body nila, and base sa mga nakilala ko na mga taga-ibang region, gumagamit sila nito para maging komportable, maging confident sila sa laban, and ayun, mas lumalakas daw talaga sila pagdating sa laban. Kaya ando doon nagbo-boost yung confidence daw nila. Pero yun nga lang is illegal ito, kaya pagdating sa exam, medical exam is bumabagsak sila. Kaya ayun, isa siya sa main ethical problems. So, next one is gender discrimination. It's when girls and women are not allowed to play and do sports, or when women are not equally paid in sports. For example, the case with US female football team, the winners of the Women World Cup 2019 in France. So, ayan. Kapag gender discrimination naman ay katulad nung sa US Women National Soccer Team nung 2019, kapag ang girls and women ay hindi na allow maglaro ng sports or hindi equal yung bayad, tulad nga nung sa sinabi ko kanina, tulad ng nasa US Women's National Soccer Team, mababa yung binayad sa kanila kesa dun sa men's soccer team, kahit na napakalaking tagumpay na nung ginawa nila para sa field ng girls, hindi pa rin equal yung bayad. So, ayun, kaya siya naging gender discrimination. Next one is fair play. Respecting the rules of the sports you're playing as well as opponents. For fostering sportsmanship in international competition in 1963, there was established the International Fair Play Committee. So, ayan, fair play. Ito yung respect sa rules and sports na nilalaro natin at sa ating kalaban for fostering sportsmanship in international competitors. The next one is responsibility for the performance. Controlling your actions and emotions on the field, not blaming the officials in case of your own failure and lose. So, ayun, responsibility for the performance. Ito yung pag-control ng actions natin and emotions natin, lalo na sa field. Dapat hindi tayo yung tipong naninisi kapag tayo ay natalo. Dapat sport lang or dapat responsibility natin yun. Alam natin sa sarili natin na italo tayo. So, next one is fans. So, attitude and behavior during matches and competitions. So, ayun, kasi minsan may mga fans na yung tipong parang wild na sila, yung tipong wala silang pakialam sa ibang audience, and may fans na nakakasakit na yung tipong nakikipag-away sila sa kapwa nila fans. So, isa siya sa main ethical problems. Then, diversity, fair employment in the field regardless race, ethnicity, and gender. So, ito naman yung pagiging fair employment at kung saan mang field, race, or ethnicity at sa gender natin. So, ayun. Next one is, what role does ethics play in sports? To understand the role ethics plays in sports and competition, it is important to make distinction between gamesmanship and sportsmanship. So, ayun. Para maintindihan daw po natin kung ano yung role ng ethics kapag naglalaro tayo sa competition, importante daw po na dapat alam natin ang pagkakaiba ng gamesmanship at ng sportsmanship. Then, gamesmanship is built on the principle that winning is everything. Athletes and coaches are encouraged to bend the rules wherever possible in order to gain a competitive advantage over an opponent and to pay less attention to safety and welfare and competition. So, ang gamesmanship naman daw po ay binubuo ng principles that winning is everything. Ang mga athletes and coaches naman ay ini-encourage na baluktutin or i-bend ang rules kung saan possible mas magiging competitive ang advantage sa kalaban nito para hindi daw pumapansin yung safety and welfare of the competition. So, is some of the key tenets of gamesmanship. So, ayun, si winning is everything, nandiyan dyan na. And next one is, it's only cheating if you get caught. So, sabi, magiging madaya ka lang daw kung mahuhuli ka. Pero kung hindi ka siguro mahuhuli, hindi ka madaya. The next one is, it is the referee's jobs to catch wrongdoing and the attitude and coaches have no inherent responsibility to follow the rules. So, ito naman yung referees, yung trabaho nila na manghuli ng mga madadaya dahil ang athlete at coaches ay walang kakayahan or hindi nila responsibility yon, kaya ang kailangan nila ay sumunod sa patakaran lang at ang referee na ang bahala na maghuli dun sa mga mandadaya. And the next one is, the ends always justify the means. So, ito naman yung laging may katwiran sa dulo, yung ito yung ginagamit nila para hindi para hindi sila mahuli. Ganun ang ginagawa nila. The next one is, some examples of gamesmanship are, first is faking a foul or injury. Ito yung tipong kala mo na pilaya, na nangyari, bigla na lang natumba or what. So, yung pala umarte lang sila para ma-foul yung kalaban nila, ganon. Then, next one is attempting to get a head start in a race. Ito naman yun parang sa baseball, sa base runners, may nag-attempt na mag-steal ng base and more base. And pag nag-hit na attempt to get start of their base bago ihagis ng pitcher ang kanyang pitch, risky siya kapag binato na ng pitcher ang bola sa kanilang infielder. At kapag ang runner ay hindi nakabalik bago dumating ang bola sa kamay ng infielder, the runner may be picked up. So, next one is tampering with equipment such as corking. corking a baseball bat in order to hit the ball farther. So, ito naman yung may sinisiksik tulad ng cork sa baseball bat para mas maabot ang bola ng mas malayo. The next one is covert personal fouls such as grabbing a player underwater during a water polo match. So, may mga tagong personal foul tulad na lang ng player underwater habang may water polo match. Siguro dun sa underwater ang sinasabing tagong personal foul nila, ganun. Ito, inflicting pain on an opponent with the intention of knocking him or her out of the game, like the Saints Bounty Scandal. Ito naman yung nagdudulot siya ng sakit sa kalaban na ang intention lang ay patumbahin sa laban tulad na lang ng the Saints Bounty Scandal. Next one is the use of performing enhancing drugs. So, ito naman yung umiinom nga sila ng gamot para mas mabilis daw yung performance nila, mas gumanda din kahit na illegal. Kaya na didisqualify ang ibang athlete dahil kapag nagpa-medical sila, bumabagsak talaga kasi illegal yung ginagamit nila. So, next one is taunting or intimidating an opponent. Ito naman yung tipong nananakot tayo sa kalaban para matakot. Yung, yung, huy, wag ka nang lumaban. Hindi ka karapat dapat dyan. May mas malaki pa sa'yo dyan or what. Basta may mga nakakatakot silang term na ginagamit para sindakin nila yung kalaban nila, ganon. Then next one is a coach lying about an athlete's grades in order to keep him or her eligible to play. So, may mga coaches kasi na nagsisinungaling about grade ng kanilang athlete, lalo na kung yung athlete na yun yun yung makakapagpa-taas ng rank or makakapag-uwi ng medal para dun sa school nila, ganon. Share ko lang, may mga nakilala ko before na ganon, yung coach mismo sa hindi ko siya ka-teammates kasi ibang field siya, pero naririnig ko madalas karamihan sa amin ganon ang ginagawa. Kumbaga hindi naabot nila yung kumbaga sabi pagpasang-awa ka hindi ka pwedeng makapasok o makasali sa isang game. Katulad na lang ng patapa. Minsan may ganon, may grades din silang tinitingnan bago ka isama sa patapa or kahit sa Milo Olympics, ganon din. Parang kumbaga kakausapin nila yung isang kapwa teacher nila yung nagbigay ng grades ng ganon, kung papayag, then kapag pumayag, edi yung athlete na yun ang maglalaro. Parang ganun siya. So, ayun, share ko lang po.